Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Emergence School Life Podcast.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here, girls. And yeah, I'm just the only boy here. So, as always, this podcast is powered by students in Emergence Academy. So, today we are going to introduce our host today. Let's start.
My name is Shirley.
My name is Pauline.
My name is Islov.
My name is Nashley.
My name is Bronson.
My name is Afia.
All right, and this is Mr. Marles. And in our master, we have Vidalis. Thank you, Vidalis.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right. So today we have a very special guest in our podcast. I will say everybody knows her. Everybody see her downstairs, upstairs, this hallway, the other one. So let's welcome to Miss Parr.
Yay!
Welcome. So excited.
Welcome.
All right.
Hi, everyone. I am honored to finally be on the podcast.
Thank you. Welcome. Okay, Miss Parr, today we are going to get a little deep into your life, your job, and everything. So let's try how this goes. Okay.
Okay. Can I start?
Sure.
Okay. For people who don't know who you are, what is your name, your age, and stuff that you want to share with us?
All right. First off, I'm Miss Park, and I'm old, according to everyone at Emergence, apparently.
Really?
What? My name is Miss Park. I'll share a little bit about my background with you all. I'm originally from New Jersey. I get this question asked a lot, but my parents are from Korea, so I am 100% Korean.
That's
I do speak and I can understand Korean, not 100% fluent, but I can understand most and speak as well.
안녕하세요.
Samira. Saranghe.
So 사랑해, Afia. So a little bit about me and my background, how it ended up at Emergence. So again, I grew up in New Jersey. I played, I went through elementary school, middle school, high school at the same hometown in Warren, New Jersey. Shout out. And then for college, I went to the University of New Haven, which is in Connecticut. My major was sport management, so I really wanted to pursue working in athletics. So like youth athletics, high school athletics, middle school sports. That was something I was really passionate about, even when I was in high school and in college, and I wanted to continue to pursue that. After I graduated from college, I actually wanted to continue my education. So I actually got my master's degree at Nova Southeastern University in Florida, and I studied higher education, like management. So higher, like student affairs. I wanted to continue to like working with students of all ages. I worked in the recreational sports department at my college or at my master's program. So that's just something that I was really passionate about. I'm sure you all know too. A lot of you play sports here, so and a lot of you are connected to me through helping you sign up for sports and providing opportunities like that. So that's something that I'm really passionate about. After I graduated from my master's degree in Florida, I actually got a job at Springfield College right here in Springfield. So that's how I kind of ended up here in this area. I was a college admissions counselor. So I was really just passionate about helping high school age students kind of find their path, find their passion, find their way. So it was a really great opportunity for me to learn that world. I was in higher ed administration for a couple years before I decided to transition to something else. As I mentioned before, I really wanted to work with younger students, like middle school and high school students. So I was really fortunate to find a position at the High School of Commerce here right in this building. So if you didn't know, I actually worked at Commerce for a couple years before Emergence, and I did similar work like culture building and different fun events for students. And then I was really fortunate that Emergence opened up a position 3 years ago now. And here we are today. I love what I do. I love you all so much. I love what we do and love what we're building here at Emergence.
Thank you. Well, that was a
nice.
very clear introduction about what Miss Park has done so far. All right.
The next question is, where did you grow up and what was school like for you?
Yeah, so I, again, from Warren, New Jersey. So my high school name was Watchung Hills Regional High School. And it's a little bit different environment. It's a little bit more suburban than Springfield area. My graduating class was pretty big. We had about 600 in my graduating class. So it's definitely a lot bigger. high
So
school
it was
than
600,
Yeah.
just
Or-
one grade?
Yeah.
Whoa.
One grade. So our whole high school was about like 2,300 students. So I came from a really big high school, and I loved it. I played soccer, basketball, and I did track all through high school, and it was great. And so that's kind of the reason why that I want to work in middle school and high school, to provide the same opportunities for other students like I was provided during my time.
Nice.
That's so nice.
Did you ever imagine yourself working at a school, helping children and all the stuff?
So yes and no. Like I said, even when I was in high school, like a junior, like 11th grade and 12th grade, I was thinking in the future I wanted to work with youth athletics. So I kind of always had an idea that this is something around the realm of what I wanted to do, but I never imagined that I would be placed at Emergence Academy and doing what I'm doing. I definitely feel super fortunate that I had the opportunity to work at Emergence and just doing what I do, like providing opportunities for you all to go on fun field trips, pulling you out of class when you're disrupting the classroom a little bit.
Put them out.
But I love having those conversations with you all. I'm not, and other students too. Just because it's helping you build and develop and grow as a person. And that's really what I'm passionate about, is just providing opportunities for you all to have fun, to grow, but also just to help navigate, really rough times in your preteen and teen years. It's not easy being in middle school. It's definitely not easy being in high school, especially being a girl. So, we're just, all the adults here, I think, at Emergence just really care for you all, and just really want to help you learn and grow and just be the best versions of yourself. I say that all the time, that I want you guys to be the best versions of yourself every day.
Yeah.
And so that's really like where my passion comes from. So yes and no. I kind of thought I would see myself working with students, but definitely not in this capacity. But I am really, really fortunate and blessed to be here.
That's
Right.
very nice.
What do you think school culture means?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think school culture, there's a lot of components, right? Like when you think about school, what do some of you think of?
Teachers.
Culture.
Learning,
teachers,
education,
Okay.
and all that.
Is there anything else that's part of school?
Cultures, like different
Difference?
people, different languages.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So
Like
there's
family.
Yeah.
And we all be
Friends.
together.
and clubs and sports and friends and relationships. So there's definitely a lot of things that go into school culture. So a lot of what you were talking about, like the classroom stuff, the academics, is super important, and that's a major part of your days here at school. But there's the social aspect, right? There's friends and there's different relationships that you build with teachers and staff members. So for me, just building up the culture and just elevating the experience for you all just means that, one, as I always say, just helping you build and grow and develop as people, not just students, right? You're not just a student in the classroom. We're not just only concerned about your grades and how well you do in school, but everything around that, right? Like you have feelings, you have thoughts, you have a lot of things going on. And to me, culture and building culture is building community. So as much as you want your friends to help you and you're navigating through young adult life, teachers and staff too, that's what we're here for. So for me, for culture building, it's building a community where you all feel safe, you all have fun during your days, but just helping you grow as young adults.
Young adults.
Good.
What's been the most important rewarding part of your role?
Ooh, I love that question. Try not to get too sappy, like too emotional. But the most rewarding part of my job is like literally this, right? Like I like building relationships with students, seeing your smiling faces every day, getting like good morning hugs and just the hellos, hearing about all your successes in the classroom, on the court, on the soccer field, on the volleyball court, just those little things that just bring us joy every day. That's what's really rewarding. Especially when maybe I'm having a hard day or maybe you guys are having a hard day, when you guys like just say hello or share a smile, or we're like complaining with each other. You guys are sitting in my office and you're like, oh, I can't believe that she did this. Like, Miss Park, did you hear that this happened? And I'm like, yeah, I know, girl. Like, we'll get through it. Don't worry. So just those little moments, whether they're, good feeling moments or things in difficult times that we're trying to get through together, those are the moments that are really like valuable to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So my question is, have you ever experienced that you don't belong somewhere? Like feeling rejected and
Yeah, of course. I think a lot of us feel that, right? I think when I think back to my elementary, middle school, and high school years, I grew up in an area that was predominantly white. So I was one of the few people of color in my town. And so that kind of like makes you feel different, right? When you don't look like everyone else around you, when you don't speak the same language around you. Maybe my parents growing up didn't speak English very well. Now that they've learned, they've been here for a long time. But I had to be the one translating, and sometimes you get caught in like embarrassing moments, right? You kind of feel a little bit shameful that you are not like everyone else around you. So I've definitely understand and have been in that situation, which why I love being at Emergence, because we have such a diverse and unique student population where many of us have gone through that feeling before, right? And we're trying to navigate that together and get through it. I think that just makes our community stronger by having experienced that before together.
What does being a school culture actually involve?
Yeah, that's a great question. So all of the above. I always explain my job as everything outside of the classroom. So if you're not familiar with what I do here at Emergence, I help support students and teachers. So whether that's you're having a rough day, maybe a teacher just needs a little bit of support, we're always there to just step in and maybe be a check-in person. If students want to talk, we're always available. The other part of my job includes planning all the fun things, right? So the school store, the clothing store, the snack store, all the Takis that we have to order, and the ramen. The school sports and athletics, I have a big part in. So pretty much anything outside of classroom instruction is what I have a hand in. So it's just again elevating the experience for you all as best as possible.
What challenges have you faced starting at Emergence?
Oh, that's a good question. I think when I first started here, so this is my third year at Emergence. I think for me, the language barrier was definitely the most difficult. When I first started, it was mostly Spanish-speaking students that we had. And then over the past couple years, we've definitely diversified beyond just having Spanish-speaking students here. And I think that was a big learning curve for me. I knew a little bit of Spanish, but I definitely learned a lot during my first year. But that was a big challenge, right? It's like when you're a culture person and you want to communicate with someone, especially about how they're feeling or what happened or if a situation or there was a problem. Of course, we have technology, but sometimes it creates a gap if you have to use a translator, right? Sometimes you put something in the translator and you get it back and you're like, that's definitely not what you said. So that was kind of the biggest challenge for me. But I think now, as we've grown as a school, you guys are all learning English amazingly well. It's been less of a challenge. I think another thing is as we've grown from middle school and high school, just making sure that we are meeting the needs of everyone, right? So as sixth graders, you all wanted very different things as probably, seventh and eighth graders now. And then for high schoolers, right? The 12th graders are not going to be interested in the same thing as sixth graders. So that's also a challenge that I even see this year of just making sure that all students feel like, there's something for them here.
What message will you like to share with us students in the Emergence community?
Ooh, love that question. If I had one wise sentence or phrase, I think two things. Well, two parts. I think be kind to each other, right? You all hear this a lot from me, is be kind. We all go through things at home, outside of school. We have a lot of internal issues that we all face. And so, just be kind to each other. You never know what's going on in someone's life. So just one simple act of kindness can go a really long way for someone. On the other side, or I guess the second part, is be the best person that you can be each and every day, right? You can always continue to be better, whether that's a better student, a better athlete, a better friend, a better daughter, a better son, better sibling. So just always looking every day for ways to just continue to elevate, grow. You're always a growing process. Even us adults, sometimes we're like, what are we doing? Like, what am I,
Yeah,
like,
that
what am
happens
I
a
doing?
lot.
And so we understand that, it's life is a growing and learning process. And so just try your best to be a better version of yourself every day.
All right, Miss Parr. So we know you are like the person behind the backstage, moving here and there, and we already know there is a talent show happening really soon. So what is that about? When is happening? What do we have to know about, and like to invite our students to be part of it?
Yeah, so I'm super, super excited. We've been trying to have a talent show for 2 years now, so I'm super excited that we're finally going to move forward with having one this year. It's going to be on Friday, March 27th, during
Just
the school day. Yeah,
3 weeks from
away.
now. So when this podcast is gonna be on air and published, it's gonna be just 1 week.
Ooh. So I'm super excited. So probably by then, everyone will be all rehearsed. I know a couple girls in this room are actually going to perform,
Oh,
so I'm really
right.
excited. We have many different acts, ranging from middle school students, high school students, and even some teachers are going to perform. So I'm super excited. We have singers, we have dancers, we have people playing different instruments, and so I'm really excited. I think we have a very talented group of individuals at Emergence, so I'm excited to have the opportunity for students to just showcase their amazing, amazing talents.
All right.
Miss Parker, I wanted to ask you a question. Do you have any talents?
Do I have any talent?
She does. She obviously does.
So I really like sports. So I think my talents and skills are in like athletics, like soccer, basketball. I play flag football. Volleyball. I love sports. I can't really sing. I think I can sing, but I definitely know that there are people out there who disagree about my singing voice. But actually, fun fact about, I guess not me, but my family's very musically talented. My mom was a professional opera singer in Korea.
Wow.
And she studied music. My brothers are super musically talented. They play like piano, drums, guitar, cello, violin. They do it all.
Wow.
And they still pursue that today. Like one of my brothers is like the worship leader at the church, so he still plays like guitar and sings every week. And then there's me.
Basketball, soccer, volleyball.
Like I tried when I was young. My mom and dad put me through violin, piano, cello. I did play the drums in my middle school band, so I'll give myself credit for that. But it kind of stops there at the basic level, and then beyond that, my talents just seem to go away for musical things. So
Okay.
All right, now, Miss Park, we are going to do, this is something new we are doing. We are going to give you 2 options, and you are going to choose one of those.
ooh, I'm excited.
All right, so the first one, basketball or soccer?
Basketball.
All right, morning or night?
Night.
All right, but you get really early every morning here.
No, it's so unfortunate. My alarm goes
Every
off
day.
at 5 a.m. in the morning, and it's very unfortunate. But then I get to see everyone's smiling faces here a couple hours later, so it's worth it sometimes.
It's worth it. All right. Stage spotlight or behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes.
Really?
I knew it.
I know.
picked that.
I have to really fake it because I know I have lead a lot of the community meetings. I do PM homeroom announcements. I'm usually the MC for things.
You're the
but,
spotlight.
if I really could choose, I would love to just be behind the scenes. But do I fake it pretty well that I like it?
Yes, you do.
Good. I'm doing my job. I'm doing my
All
job.
right. Favorite food?
Ooh. I'm such a big eater, so this list is gonna
Like
be
us.
quickly half of this podcast. All right. Favorite sushi.
Okay, let's do this.
I tried. I searched for some before.
Okay.
I tried.
Kimchi or sushi?
Oh, that's hard.
Kimchi
Oh,
flavors.
man. Okay. I mean, I'm Korean,
Kimchi, yes.
but sushi. I love sushi. I do love kimchi too. So
Okay.
I do love Korean food.
I tried
Korean
sushi
barbecue,
before.
kimchi. Ugh, I love it. But sushi has my heart.
I know.
Sushi.
Okay, nice. And what is that movie you can watch 100 times and you will never get tired of?
Ooh, I was not expecting this question. It's funny. The first movie, for no reason at all, that comes to mind is Kicking and Screaming. I don't know if you guys watched it a little bit. They're so young.
Not
They don't
even
want
me.
anything. Okay, it's funny. You guys should all watch. Maybe I'll put it on at our next movie day.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you
It's
should.
like
You
it's like a funny soccer movie. So it's
You should. The boys would definitely
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah,
Please
so
and thank
I'll
you.
play it at the
Especially
next
seventh
the
grade.
movie day. But
All
Kicking and
right.
Screaming.
Well, Miss Park, I will say this is a personal question for us. What do you think about our podcast?
Oh my gosh, I love this question. I love the podcast. I've been listening since last year when you started the club, Mr. Marles. Starting with the crew of boys. So hopefully they're listening still. But Adrian and Jaimil and that whole crew. And I love the way it's evolved. Like, look at the space, look at the technology, the equipment. You guys have your own room. Like, this is amazing.
Thank you.
So I love plugging you guys, during community meeting, PM home announcements on Instagram. You've even got connected to the New England Public Media.
Yeah, we're having a
which is
feature
really,
next
really
week.
Awesome.
We have a future.
So I absolutely love it. I think you all are doing an amazing job. Let's keep it going. Let's start, keep building the viewers, the likes, the subscribes. It's funny when I see the girls going, okay, like make sure you like it, okay? Like, did you listen? Like, go subscribe.
Make sure to subscribe. We
So
need
yeah,
followers.
we just keep building and growing, and I'm really excited to continue to see where this goes.
I really wanted to do this question since you have been that person behind us, supporting, helping us, and really, really like onto it. And thank you so much, Ms. Park, for being here and for all the work you are doing for us. And I don't know if you have any other question, guys.
I have.
All right, go ahead.
Dog or cat?
Oh,
Ooh. So I used to be a huge, I still am a dog person, but I have 2 cats now. And
So
so I'm like
cute.
moved over to being a cat person, I think, officially. But I love all animals, so I love my 2 cats.
Okay, Miss Park. What is your favorite subject when, like, in college or
but school.
like at school?
Ooh.
English, right?
I think it's
I think it's
Miss
gym.
Park.
ELA.
Isn't it gym?
No,
Math?
gym. It's very
Gym.
gym. Because she
So,
said
I
she
mean,
likes sports.
obviously gym and like lunch, but I know those don't actually count as answers. But growing up, I think my favorite subject was actually English.
Oh, let's go.
Great.
Why not gym?
But I think, I honestly, this sounds a little nerdy, but I like school. I liked most subjects. I really enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed learning later in life. Like when you're in middle school and high school, you're like, ugh, school, like, ugh,
I know.
homework.
Yeah.
But then I think you appreciate it more when you grow a little bit older and you're like, oh, like, I want to read about this and I want to read about that.
Mhm.
I'm really big into like conspiracy theories and like that kind of stuff. And so, and like,
that Shakespeare didn't write
documentaries.
Shakespeare or something like.
I can go on and on and on. Don't invite me again because I'll just go on and on and on about.
We like to talk.
All right, Ms. Park, thank you so much for being here. I will say that there are many students around that they just pass by you and hi, Ms. Park, here and there, but they don't really know who Ms. Park is. And today, if you listen to this podcast, you will know everything. And we're so grateful to having you here. This was another episode of Emergency School Life. And thank you, everyone, for being here. See you next episode. Say bye, everybody.
Thank you so much. Subscribe.